And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
Thank you, Jeremy, the guy who bailed, my producer. I won't mention Jeremy C., but we're coming at you from the Billy C. studio in Lake George, New York. I'm Bill Calogero, and it's time for Pro Boxing. Wait. I got to say it right. It's time for BillyCBoxing.com's professional boxing's thumbs up and thumbs down for today, July 26th in the year 2012. It's my radio voice. I really only have one each, man. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got two each. Thumbs up goes to, we've been questioning fighters' hearts of late. A lot of times we see a fighter, quit on a stool or decide not to go out for a round, or we've even seen them stop in the middle of a fight. However, there's no doubt that former world champion Jeffrey Mathibula has heart. In his last fight against Nonito Donaire, he has his jaw broken in not one but two places, and he received a crack in a tooth. Now, keep that in mind. It wasn't a chip in his tooth. It was a crack that went up the length of his tooth into the nerve. Very painful. They don't even know when all the damage took place, but they do know that it was between the 4th and 7th rounds. Mathibula finished the fight on his feet, losing a decision, which I thought should have been a little closer than the scorecards indicated. Yesterday, he had surgery on his jaw. Now, we realize how painful and how much pain this guy was in during the fight, and to continue fighting and to take in those shots that we all saw Nonito Donaire land on his broken jaw was a sign of heart to begin with. But it gets better because, yesterday he had surgery on his jaw. Now, it's been a couple of weeks, and naturally your bone will start to heal. So in order to put it back in its rightful place, they had to break his jaw again. That's right. They had to break his jaw again and set it in place. But the best part of the story is they are talking about Jeffrey Mathibula getting back into the ring before the end of this year. Man, if you questioned if any fighter has more heart than Jeffrey Mathibula, he's got to be up there. You can't question the heart of Jeffrey Mathibula, that's for sure. Thumbs up to him and his heart. Thumbs up to all the free webcasts. Now, when I say this, I've said this before, we're always crying that boxing isn't on network television anymore, and that's why boxing's not popular and blah, 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 all this stuff. Well, we have a vehicle that could get boxing in everybody's house, everybody's phone, everybody's computer, no matter where they have a connection, and they can watch these club-level shows, and it's called the Internet. And what's happened, though, is that promoters have become greedy. Oh, no, they haven't become. They've always been greedy, but they're more greedy, and they have this illusion that just because it's on the Internet, they're going to make millions of dollars. Well, that's not true. We've been doing this for a long time, and we found that the most views are when it's for free. Most people have this hang-up about paying for anything that they obtain on the Internet, with the exception of when you shop and you go to a store and all that kind of thing. So I give a thumbs up to all the promoters that are smart enough and have the insight to know that the smartest way to broadcast a webcast is for free. The way you make money from it is the old-fashioned way. Get your lazy ass out of the chair and go sell some advertising. Because if an advertiser wants to get maximum coverage for a minimal price, it equals a webcast. Thumbs up to all the free webcasts out there. All right, thumbs down. Thumbs down goes to Steve USS Cunningham. Why? Because he's not retiring, and he's moving up to the heavyweight division. And the bottom line is he didn't really have punching power, in my opinion, in the cruiserweight division. He really didn't take a punch that well in the cruiserweight division. What does anybody think he's going to be doing in the heavyweight division? Today's heavyweights are 6'5" and bigger, 240 pounds and heavier, muscles in shape, in tone, with speed and everything else. A guy that's going to weigh a little over 200 pounds isn't going to cut it. They're talking about him. Oh, he's 6'3". He's got plenty of frame to build and add weight and strength. Yeah, too bad he didn't do this 10 years ago. 6'3" is a midget compared to one of the Klitschkos. All you got to do is look at Chris Arreola, who's 6'4", 245 to 50 pounds is what he weighed when he fought against Klitschko. And take a look at the size difference in that fight. Chris Ariella looked like a Smurf compared to Klitschko. You know, there are freaks. There are exceptions to the rule. One that comes to mind, of course, is David Haye. He's got some freakish power, but he's got a suspect chin. You know, we never saw him stand toe-to-toe with a fighter that is that much bigger than him. Although we saw him in a great performance against Derek Chisora recently, we certainly did not see that when he fought Klitschko or Nikolai Valuev. So, thumbs down to Steve U.S.'s Cunningham. I know he's doing it for the money, but it's a bad mistake. In my opinion, he should just end his career, get into something else. And while I'm at that, my last thumbs down goes to all the boxers that linger on. You know, it's a serious situation. You know, whether they linger on or they come back when it's obvious to all that their career is over. But worse than that, the fact that the powers that be, the sanctioning bodies, the promoters, the managers, allow them to fight, you know, is even worse. And what's worse about that is that they let them fight the worst of the worst when it comes to heavyweights, just to position them to get another shot at a title. Now, I know it's all about the money, and I know that these fighters are doing it for the money, but you know what? And I also know that they have a right to do that, and ultimately is their decision. But one of these days, somebody is going to get seriously hurt in the ring. You know, I mean, these guys are older, they're past their prime, and they're already could be damaged goods. I mean, let's be real. You know, the powers that be that are continuing to let this happen are just rolling the dice, because someday something serious is going to happen inside the ring, and that's going to be another black eye for the sport of boxing. Hey, let's face it, some of these guys are already damaged, and even if they don't continue their career long after they should, they're going to have the repercussions later on in life. So I got to give a thumbs down to everyone that's involved with letting some of these older fighters continue their careers, come back from retirement, or worse, linger on. And by paving the way, by handing them hand-picked opponents to give them a couple of W's to get in that position to fight. So, you know, somebody's got to step up for these guys and protect them from themselves. So that's why I'm giving those guys, everyone involved, a thumbs down. Hey, man, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down for today. Make sure you check it out tomorrow. Ciao, baby.